What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be looking at the best counters to the top 5 brawlers in this meta. So I've been suggested this a lot of people want to see the counters to certain brawlers and all the other interactions. So let me know down in the comment section below whether you want to see these type of videos, and I'll continue to break down the meta for you guys. So before we get into the video, make sure you're using a creator code, and mine would be greatly appreciated if you're looking to buy something in the shop. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the 5th best brawler in the game, but also the counters. The first one is going to be Surge. So Surge is really good against Cole. You see this a lot of times in competitive. Surge is brought out, and Surge just completely wrecks Cole, especially on maps like this. A lot of times you can just TP onto Cole and just basically near enough kill him with 3 easy shots. So should be able to get the killer on Cole right here, just showing how good of a counter it is. Unfortunately, my Chin Max combo kind of got wrecked on the other lane, but just talking about the 1v1's interaction, Surge is going to be really good. Also, an amazing counter to Cole. I think this is a little too obvious though. Stop using the Vengeful Spirits. But yeah, it should be a little bit obvious. The Stu is an amazing counter to Cole, probably the best one, but the reason I said Surge is probably a little bit better because a lot of times in Power League and competitive, Stu is always banned, so Surge is just a really good alternative pick. Also a really good counter, but doesn't really pair too well with Gene and Max. Colette is an amazing counter to Cole, probably on the longer range maps, so maps like this I'm thinking, probably like Hard Rod Mine, probably like Siege maps, etc, etc. Colette's gonna be a really good counter. You just see it's just an easy lane for Surge to take down a Cole. It's gonna be pretty simple. Just basically just conserve your ammo, auto aim, TP, auto aim, and it's gonna be pretty simple to actually beat Cole. And to be honest, there's not really a lot that counters Cole's. Brawlers that have knockback abilities, so like Ems and Jean, they're also gonna be pretty decent counters to Cole. That Vengeful Spirits from Tom is just way too OP. It's so broken. It needs a nerf for sure. I can see why he uses it all the time. Hopefully we can actually score inside of this. It's a 3v1. This should be an easy goal. Yeah, no, it's okay. We're able to actually slot that one in. And let me know what type of videos you want to see with this, because a lot of people wanted to see this, but it depends if it gets good views and whatever else, if it gets good reception. So let me know if these type of videos are really useful. I will continue to do them and continue to break down the meta for you guys, because that's the type of videos I do like to see. So Tom missing another pull, of course he is. I'm able to take him down with a nice TP. We should be able to score, hopefully. I just don't want these games to go on for too long. So I've mainly said the 3 biggest counters to Cole. As I said, Cole is running riot on the meta right now, and that should be a nice goal for us. So that's going to be Surge. That's going to be probably the best counter to Cole in the meta. Let's hop into the next brawler. Alright guys, so jumping into the 4th best brawler, but also its counters, is going to be Jean. But Mr. P is going to be probably the main counter. So Mr. P isn't the greatest in this meta, but for sure, Mr. P will always be the biggest counter to Gene. The main reason for this is because of the spawners. Mr. P has a really slow reload speed, so he's going to have a really hard time actually consistently taking down those spawners. So other spawners as well are going to be really hard for a Gene to deal with. As I said, he's got super slow reload speed. So spawners I'm talking about, a really good counter as well, which you may think is it may be a little bit underrated, but it definitely is really good. Tara with her pet, I don't know what it's actually called, the actual gadget, but that spawns a little pets is a really good counter, because you cannot pull a Tara if she still has those gadgets in the pockets. So a lot of the times, like you can see Tara a lot in lanes at the moment in this meta, especially in like gem grab. You just know for sure if you're Gene that you can't pull Tara, because more than likely she's going to press her gadget and you can't actually secure the pull. So you got to think of brawlers that are just going to be really annoying for Gene and you can't actually pull for the majority of the time. So Miss P is obviously a really good one, especially with revolving door as well. It's just going to be super annoying for them to consistently take it down. You've also got brawlers, well, like I think Throw is a decent counter to Gene for the majority of the part. Obviously until Gene gets pulled, it's going to be really easy to actually take down Gene. So I'm thinking on like maps, well, it's basically Siege, throwers can really hard counter Gene, especially like Barley and Sprout. It's going to be hard for Gene to do too much, especially for getting zoned out all the time. So that's really good. But if Gene has pull, then it's probably a rip over there. So I'm going to place my gadget down there, super down there. Oh, I thought that could just get enough damage. That's a rip. Also, brawlers I'm thinking of as well. Some pretty good counters, probably on the more open maps. I think Squeak and Crow are amazing counters to Gene, because a lot of the time, well, Gene promotes being, well, just basically standing near him at all points. And if using Squeak, especially if you just aim for Gene a lot of the time, people can't get the benefit out of his magic puffs. So if you're just aiming for Gene, and then people can't stand near him and get that extra healing. So that is a pretty good thing about him. And also Crow, if you're using the extra toxic star power on Crow, instead of 400 healing a second, people only get 240 healing a second. So it's a really good counter to Gene, especially the magic puffs. That's the main thing you're trying to counter there with the Crow. But it only really works on the open maps. That's what you've got to bear in mind with Crow. It's not a brawler that you can use on every single map. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to score here, which is a rip. But yeah, they're going to be the biggest counters to Gene in this meta. Let's hop into the next brawler. Alright guys, now jumping into the third best brawler, but with its counters, it's going to be the main one for me. It's going to be Crow. So Crow is really good against the max, mainly because of his slows, especially on these open maps. You see a lot of Crow, because a lot of times you can just use a gadget. I'm using it against Amber here, but a lot of times you can counter the max speeds with a Crow slow. It's really, really good, and especially if you're hitting the max as well. So you're kind of trying to counter the Gene max combination. So as I mentioned with Gene before, if you're tapping it up like a Max or any of his teammates, they're only going to be getting 240 healing as well. So that's going to be a big nerf to Max. And to be honest, there really isn't a lot of counters to Max. Max is such a dominant brawler in this meta. You basically want brawlers that are good against aggressive comps. So Crow's going to be really good in that fact. I'm going to jump straight onto the Max there, being able to delete him. So also good counters as well. You've got the likes of Surge and Belle. Belle is an amazing counter to Max, because I believe you can free tap Max with Belle. It's really good, but obviously like Belle's the best brawler in the game, so Belle's going to basically counter every single brawler. But for sure, for brawlers like Max, you kind of have to use the meta. Unfortunately, kind of get wrecked there. Also a good counter to Max as well is Amber. Amber can be a really good one, because especially if you get the super, it's going to be really, really good in that case. So I'm just going to jump off of spawn here. Slow the Max as well. We're kind of getting wrecked in this game. We're basically getting spawn trapped, but that's why you see a lot of times when people bring out Crow, it's a counter to Max combination. So yeah, as I said, not really a lot more that I can say, because there's just not many brawlers that counter Max. Maybe as well, a lot of the times in competitive, for example, say like the enemy team is running like a Gene Max combination, a lot of times people might use like Poco and Pam and like real heal comps. Heal comps can also counter Max as well, because if Max is using the overcharged star power, he doesn't really have the most DPS in the world, so that's why it's really, really good. Okay, so going into overtime here, we'll probably have the better comp, because Crow kind of counters all of these brawlers right here. So let's look to jump on the Gene here. A lot of the times I'll aim my jump for the Gene, because he's going to be the one that has to protect his teammates. So if the Gene's low, it's going to be pretty easy. Okay, hopefully we get sped up here. I've still got one more slow left, so I've not really targeted the Max inside of this game, because Crow's just really good against both of these brawlers in their combo. Unfortunately, their Max uses super there. I'm close to super, so maybe if... Okay, no. Let's see. Let's try and tag both these guys up. I'm going to slow on both here. I'm going to jump on them both, hopefully. Okay, I missed that jump completely, but that Max is going to die. Amber's going to be one shot. That should be pretty much GG there. But yeah, as I said, Crow is going to be used pretty much everywhere just because of this fact. And Crow is just OP overall. It's easier also to hit shots against a Crow than a Max hitting shots on a Crow, because I've got better movement speed. Although I don't get the speeds, I'm just really fast overall. It's probably looking like a GG here. I don't know. Okay, we do actually manage to defend that. I'm just going to jump on the Amber so we can get her down. That might be GG, hopefully. Let's see. Okay, we got the speed. I'm nowhere near my super, so I'm just going to pass this off. Let's see if Gabe's able to score. Okay, they're all tapped up. As long as we're keeping them tapped up. Oh, okay, this is going to be a rip. We've got Amber with speed running out. There's no way we're going to be able to defend that. Unless NX hits a mad pull. Oh, okay, he's defending it. No. Okay, how is that not gone in? I'm just going to jump straight on him with the respawn bubble. That's such an OP fact about Crow as well, is that he gets that respawn bubble, and you can just jump on him for free. Let's see, Gabe, he gets super. Is he going to slot that in? Oh, unfortunately not. NX? No, okay. That's going to be the third best brawler in the game, and it's counters. Let's jump into the second best. Alright guys, jumping into the second best brawler in the game and the best counters to it. It's going to be Ruffs. Ruffs is definitely the best counter to a Stu. The main reason for this is because of the sandbags. Stu just takes so long to take these gadgets down, and it just allows me to easily charge my super up against him. It's a really, really good counter. Also, other good counters to Stu. Stu is amazing right now, but there's a few other good ones. You've got the likes of Tara with her gadget as well. You can see the same kind of plausibility with it. The pets just push Stu back, and then also if Stu goes aggro on a Tara, Tara can just eventually charge her super up, and then it's pretty OP. So yeah, these are going to be the two main counters to Stu. As you guys know, Stu is running it around bit on ladder right now. He's so good against so many different brawlers, so it's kind of hard to find counters to him. Also, a really good counter again is Surge. Surge is good at countering these brawlers in this meta. That's why he's got a good resurgence in the meta. He used to be really, really bad. He's got this damage buff, and basically he just free taps Stu so easily. He's such a good lane brawler against Stu specifically. You can easily keep your distance against him as long as you preserve an ammo. It shouldn't be a problem at all. So hopefully we can score here. I'm hoping if NX passes this up, it should be an easy goal. Actually, no, the gadget. Oh, NX chokes. Oh my god, how did we end up getting that back? But you can see how easy it is for me, especially down the lane. You're thinking of maps more so with a lot of walls for roughs, because I can also shoot and I can also rebound my shots against a wall, which is going to be really good against the Stu. We'll collect this power up. That should be him dead. I don't know. He's dashing like crazy. How is he not dead yet? Okay. He's dead. I should be able to throw the super on Max as well. This Max is doing a really good job of staying alive in the corner there, but we're just going to push the ball up. I've still got one more gadget left against the Stu to protect me. Also, a lot of the times on maps, especially on Siege, you see a lot of like double throw Stu combinations, because throws can be good against Stu until he gets super. The kind of primary thing is with Stu, you don't want to feed him that dash. If you can prevent him getting that dash for as long as possible, it's going to be okay, because he really thrives off cycling at that dash. So yeah, try not give him that dash, else he's just going to be having fun for days. I'm just going to throw that at them. I don't know why I really did that. Should have just thrown that onto our Max. But regardless, we should be able to defend this, and that should be a win. So yeah, Ruffs is going to be the biggest counter to Stu. Not a lot that really counters Stu in this meta. He's basically like invincible. He's so good. But that's going to be it. Also, Jean as well. I forgot to mention, Jean can free tap Stu pretty well as well. But yeah, that's going to be the best counters to Stu. Let's hop into the final brawler. Alright guys, jumping onto the best brawler in the game right now, Belle, and her counters. So to be honest, there really isn't a lot that counters Belle. If I'm honest, probably Piper's the only counter to Belle, just because you can basically 2-tap Belle whilst Belle can't 2-tap you, I believe. I believe I'm right in saying that. Yeah, somehow I don't know that interaction properly, but yeah, Piper's going to be a really good counter. So I can think of the main one for this is in Safe Zone. I've seen I think it was SK or Clash, one of the other. They used Belle in mid, and then the other team used Piper, and it just clapped them. It was just so easy for Piper to actually beat Belle, especially now Belle's got the nerf with the range. It's not going to be as good. So yeah, Piper's going to be probably the best counter. Everything else, probably think maybe like a lot of aggressive comps might be able to do good against Belle. Other than that, Belle's just a machine right now. There's not a lot that really counters her. If anything, you just got to go the meta to counter Belle. That's the one brawler in the game which I feel like you can't really counter too well in this meta, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think I do get 2-tapped by Belle. I know I'll sound an idiot if I say 100% I don't, but I feel like I don't really play against Belle much, because in like Power League, she's banned. In Scrim, she's banned. She's just basically banned everywhere because of how broken she is. So I'm going to get destroyed here, because Jean Max is really hard to deal with as a Piper. Everyone's just spinning. Everyone's just vibing. Hopefully we can defend this. Jean pull. It's going to be pretty hard. Maybe the Jean should have shot and then pulled, but we should be able to get this Belle down nonetheless. Belle's going to go down here. Nice and free for us. Nice and free. Okay, 50 seconds left. Should be okay. Yeah, normally most of the time I would just say, if you're going to face a Belle, just go Belle yourself. Probably you don't really want to go like... I would say tanks, you really don't want to go against Belle, because she can just destroy you with that super, and whatever else is just so strong. NX just wants to spin against me for whatever reason. I don't know why, buddy. Come on. You're supposed to be carrying me here. You've got Jean Paul as well. Okay, what is that? What is that? How haven't they scored? I'm just going to super kick that away. NX, he's still spinning. This guy just loves to spin. He just actually loves to spin. We should be able to get Gabe there. Just going to gadget this Belle. Okay, it's going to be pretty hard. I've got my super on me. There's not really a lot I can do to counteract this. Okay, let's see. NX, he's still spinning. He's still vibing. Let's see if we can get the Max here. Max one shot. Max dead. The taps are real inside of this one. Let's try and keep it up. Jean taxed. What was that shot? Did you just see that? What? I've never seen that shot interaction from Belle. Okay, NX tries to break some ankles. Again, he's failing. I don't know what's happening. These shots are just going to Narnia. I don't know. Like, did you see that curved shot? That just went, wow. I don't know. I just think I've seen that before. What a weird interaction that was. You got to see it live in 4K. Let's see, I'm missing all my shots here. This isn't looking good, Gabe, with the PMs. And yeah, we're probably going to lose this one because how OP Belle is. How haven't they scored yet? Okay, yeah, that's going to be the final one. There's nothing that we can do inside of that. But yeah, Piper in a 1v1 interaction is probably only the brawler that's going to beat Belle, to be honest, if you play Belle correctly and how it's supposed to be played. So that's going to be the final one. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. I really do like doing these interaction videos because it's a lot of fun to me. I like explaining the reason why I pick certain brawlers. So let me know, as I said in the intro and whatever else, your suggestions in the comment section below. I'll be looking through them all, so make sure to comment. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.